Hey there, YouTube pipe smokers, brothers and sisters of the Briar, or other assorted subscribers. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. This is take two of Bill's Lagunitas, the Hairy Eyeball Ale. Uh, I am by no means gonna claim to be a beer expert. I'm expert in the fact I know I like beer. I am not one of these hophead, I don't travel around the world to beer expos. I'd like to. But this is just my thoughts and impressions of a perihelial release, whatever the hell that means. That must be, a fall release. I think they only make this beer October through November. It's Lagunitas, it's craft beer. It is called the Hairy Eyeball, and since both my computers are performing system updates, I will pull from memory what their website said about it. The general description was this is a beer that cures hangovers. And the exact wording was something along the lines of when you wake up in the morning, this is a beer, and you feel like you need to shave your eyeballs to see the world properly, this is a beer you're going to reach for. Now, seeing as I already tried one take of this video, I've already had some, I've already poured it, it's already in my mug slash stein, whatever you want to call it. I just call it a beer mug because it's paneled and it's got a thick glass base and a nice big handle. Really, if you don't have one of these beer mugs, as you can see, there's beer all in here. Run over to the local Bevmo and get one. They're like $4 and change, and they're really great. Anyways, so when you feel like shaving your eyeballs to see the world, reach for a Lagunitas Hairy Eyeball. It's actually pretty good stuff. It reminds me of Downtown Brown, if you guys are familiar with that. It's kind of a cheap, I call it skunk beer. I don't think it's any better than Dos Equis, Tecate, Modelo, Bud, Coors. I don't think Downtown Brown is anything good, but this is like an upscale version of that nutty essence that Downtown Brown captures very well. Even if it is cheap. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. When I first poured it, it had this really golden, not like Coors Light golden, but it had a real rich coloration. And now that it's in the glass, it's with no head anymore. It's really quite dark. Which I don't really care. People are like, oh, I only drink dark beers. Like a girl I know is like that. She's like, oh, I only like dark beers, and I'll offer her Pacifico, and she balks, which is fine. But don't complain about someone giving you a free beer. My theory. Let's see, little information on the bottle. Lagunitas Brewing Company, Petaluma, California. It's 9.1 alcohol by volume, which is pretty good. It's a blue and beige label. I don't know if you guys can see that. Lagunitas, the Hairy Eyeball. It's got a dog with it looks like a monocle and a regular eye, and it's a perihelial release. Pretty good. No complaints. I'm not sure I would buy 5 or 6 bombers like this at a time, but every now and then it's really nice to mix it up because I spend most of my time in San Diego, and San Diego is flooded by overly hopped beers. It is one of the craft brew capitals of the world. You got Stone, St. Archer's, Ballast Point, Mission Brewing Company, Coronado Brewing Company, 32 Degrees North, Carl Strauss Breweries, Green Flash, and they all make several very hoppy beers that aren't even necessarily labeled IPAs. Most notably is probably Stone. They make a bunch of variations of IPAs, but all those other companies, Green Flash only brews like 3 beers. They brew an IPA, a West Coast IPA, and like a specialty. Um, so it's nice getting away from the ultra hopped, bitter, almost bitter IPA flavor profile. And I think this does a really nice job of this if you like medium bodied nut um, flavored beer, for lack of a better term. It's flavored, it's nutty. Um, it's almost got a like if you've ever had Guinness Stout. Guinness Stout has like a real creamy finish to me. This isn't that as creamy as Guinness Stout on the finish, but it's definitely pleasant. It's not like drinking Stone IPA where it just kind of bites your tongue when you swallow. Um, Seeing as I don't have a computer to give you any outside beer knowledge about this particular brew, I think that is about it. Leave a comment. Subscribe, please. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll probably just keep doing videos whenever I can. I've been doing them in my car now, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Anyways, this is Bill from Reviews by Bill, signing off with a hearty cheers. See you, folks.